Winter weather conditions. Road may be slippery. Thank you. Hello. Welcome back to Conscious Evolution. I'm your host, AJ. Thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for pressing play. Please like, share, subscribe. I always say that like at the end of the video, but I feel like the new people that may be coming to my channel, they probably don't stick around for the 20-30 minute videos. So like it now, and that goes for everybody. Like the videos or dislike them, whatever. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. I'll still love you either way. So how's everybody doing? You guys feeling good? I got some good sleep last night. Good, strong, solid sleep. I ain't really slept all week. I slept last night and the night before. I got pretty good sleep too. Went to bed early. It's 2 nights in a row. So usually if I sleep like 8 or 9 hours, like the next 2 days I won't sleep but 4 or 5 hours. I usually average about 5 hours of sleep a night. That's about it. Whether I want to or not. It's just how it works out. So, yeah, I feel rested up. Real rested up. I did, the distance healing session with BoneZee and his wife yesterday while I was driving. I feel like maybe doing the whole session while I'm driving may have taken away from the intensity of it a little bit. So I'm gonna try not to do that anymore. Like if I do the session and concentrate and then start driving to prolong it, that's different because you already got, your 20 minutes for it. So still have free sessions available. Just email me. Oh yeah, also I'm accepting tips and donations if you feel led to help support the channel here, help support my journey. And you can donate. There's a paypal.me/consciousevolution33. There's a link in the description box below. I would greatly appreciate it. Any support would really help a lot. Anything I get from this is going to go towards my healing journey here. Also doing the free sessions, so if you feel led to, or if you feel like you got something out of that service that I provide, that I'm offering, then you can leave a tip, and I would greatly appreciate that. So the more tips that I get, the more time I can spend helping people. So if I start charging like 20 bucks for a 20-minute energy healing session, distance healing session, and then I can help people. And I would also like to try something else. Really want to try an experiment of getting 10 people together, or you know what, however many people I can get, but at minimum 10, to do a distance healing session with everybody. However many people. If you're interested, email me, and in the heading put healing or something like that. Distance energy or distance healing session. Distance healing, distance energy, anything to that effect. Put that in the description of the email, subject line, and we'll try and coordinate a day. As of right now, Wednesdays and Sundays are the best days for me. Or I could do it maybe one evening or one early morning. I don't know. Let's see how it works out. So BoneZee is supposed to give me a call here. Something he wanted to talk to me about. He said it'd be good for my channel. So I turned the camera on and I told him just to call when he's ready. I'm pretty interested in what that's going to be. He said he had an epiphany. We both had interesting experiences last night. I think he recorded the session I did with him. He's got his own channel. Definitely go check out BoneZee's channel. It's Bone, B-O-N-E-Z, Z-E-E. B-O-N-E-Z-E-E. Check it out. Description's below. While you're looking down there, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the like button. Apparently you gotta ask to hit the like button. Tell people to hit the like button and they'll hit it. I don't understand. I guess when I first started watching YouTubes, I didn't do any of that stuff. But now every time, as soon as I put a video on, I just like it. No matter what it is. I just support that individual, that channel. It helps the algorithms pick it up and it'll put it out to more people. The more you watch, the more views you get, the more likes you get, the more shares you get, the higher your video gets ranked. And the more people it's exposed to organically, naturally, you know. That's how it works. I'm also thinking about adding ad revenue, even though I don't have that many people, but if I monetize the channel, it might be a couple extra bucks. Basically, I need about 5 different streams of income, and they can all be little, you know, low amounts. But if I have numerous streams of them, then I can survive on my own. You know what I mean? Like without working. And I'm really tired of working, guys. I'm really tired. So any help you can offer. You know, if you only got, you know, 20 bucks to your name, don't give it to me. You need that money. But if you have the financial means to where that isn't a big deal for you to spend 20 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever it is, $1. I'm going to start a Patreon too. I'm going to set it up and do $1 a month. You know, if I can get anything, I would be so appreciative of you guys. Because like I said before, none of this is possible without you. You are very much a part of my journey here, and I love you and I thank you for any support, any love. You know, if you can't donate to the channel, then hit the like button. That's helping me out. Share the video with someone that may need a healing session. That's helping me out. Okay? Good. Oh, man. I feel like I got through this whole huge wave of attacks. You know, from the beginning of the year, if you've been following my channel, you're aware of what was going on in my life. I feel like I got through all of it. Finally got to a peaceful place that lasted for about 3 days. Now being attacked again by even more force this time. I'm not sure about that, but that's what I feel like what's coming. Because people can't think on their own. They listen to what he said or she said, or, you know, if you can't form an opinion on your own, if you don't stand for any kind of beliefs on your own individually without any outside influences, you will fall for anything. You will listen to anybody saying anything, you'll believe them. You'll be the most gullible person in the world. You can't believe everything everyone tells you because they don't have your best interest at heart. They don't. Even if they think they do. Even if they gotta say, like, look, I'm just looking out for you, but this, and that. They're not looking out for you. They're creating debt. So then, okay, I'm looking out for you. This guy's, you know, he doesn't have your best interest at heart. So then, if something happens down the road, they can be like, with that person, they can say, oh, man, you look, I told you, man. I was trying to help you out. I told you. I warned you. Or they'll use it to create some kind of debt. Like, oh, it's a good thing you got away from that person. They would have done this to you. Now you owe me. You know, see what I'm saying? That's how jacked up our our thinking is. That's how jacked up our conversations are, talking to one another. We can't even talk to each other normally without creating a debt system of trying to put somebody in bondage. And if you're one of those people, stop doing it. Take every thought captive. If you have to mask your statement before you make the statement, don't say it. Don't say anything. Silence is golden. We talk so often just to talk, and I do it too. I do it too. But I am becoming more aware of it, that the meaningless statements that I make just to fill it. Like, why do we feel uncomfortable with silence in a conversation? If you're with somebody or talking to somebody on the phone, why do you feel uncomfortable with silence? You know? Why? Examine that thought. Is it an insecurity? You think if they're not talking, they're not interested in talking to you? Or what if they're just deep in thought? What if they're deep in thought and they're thinking about something to talk about, or they're analyzing something that you said? You don't know why someone's being silent. I would love to be around somebody, be with someone all the time, like people around me, be with them all the time, that I can literally speak 100% of what's going on in my mind without hurting their feelings. That's the problem. I don't have a problem speaking my mind. But people, majority of people can't handle the truth because they can't be honest with themselves. If you're honest with yourself, if you love yourself, nothing anyone says to you can hurt you. Because if it's true, you know it's true. Whatever they're saying about you, if they make a true statement, you know that that's true. You know? And if it's a lie, then you know it's a lie and it shouldn't bother you. And who cares? If it bothers you, then you worry too much about what other people think of you. That's just being honest. Sometimes the truth is hard to hear. Sometimes it is a tough pill to swallow. But you gotta hear it. You gotta accept it. You gotta know it and move on. What BoneZee's doing, man. We'll get to work before he calls me. Yeah, so I guess I'll just go ahead and say it, that BoneZee attempted a distance healing session on me last night, and it worked. It worked well, and it was weird. Like, it felt like the connection was spotty at first, and I didn't really feel anything, and then I just started feeling like a weird tingle, like the hairs on my legs were being moved around or something, or standing up, I don't know. It was just like a little tiny spots of it. And then all of a sudden, it just, like a wall of energy just poof, fell right on me. And it was like I just started vibrating, like I stiffened up. It was like, I was still loose, but you know, like everything, like when I pull the frequencies through in my hand, it felt like that, or in my whole body, like a whole vibration. And then the ringing in the ears, like it was ringing. Some serious downloads there. I don't know what was being downloaded, but I feel like everything is happening to help evolve us, to help us along on our ascension, our evolution to what we're becoming. What we're becoming is beautiful. I saw what I could only interpret as spirits or light beings, which is weird because I saw it with my eyes closed. So I opened my eyes and I thought I thought my eyes were open a little bit and I saw it, but I closed my eyes and it was there again. It actually freaked me out a little bit at first, because that was before I started feeling anything, you know. I was just laying there and it was just like a spirit just bloop. Okay. And there was a cat that was stuck in my room because he didn't leave when I was getting ready, so he sat there the whole time. And damn it, I said it again. And every time the energy would like surround me, like before, it was weird because before, when I did it with Case, like the energy would start from my feet, come up to my head, back down, back up, back down, and it just kept going that way. This time it was literally like a wall, just encompassed my entire body immediately. It wasn't like a slow move, it was like poof, surrounded by energy. And it was intense a couple times. Like the first time it surprised me because I was just like laying there waiting for something to happen, like okay, maybe he's having trouble bringing the frequencies through or something, maybe he's having trouble getting to a good connection or something, and then all of a sudden it was like boom. I'm like, all right, he got it, he figured it out, ladies and gentlemen. So I was so relaxed. That's why I slept so good last night. So I was saying, I usually can't sleep good 2 nights in a row. It usually doesn't happen for me. And I did. And it felt great. But the cat was stuck in my room, so every time that energy surrounded me, the cat would meow. Like once or twice, and you know, the energy being surrounding me lasted, I don't know, a minute or two, while it was like on heavy, and then it would fade off, and a couple minutes later it would come back again, like in waves, you know. I thought that was interesting. It was the same cat that when I had the session with Case from Everyday Masters, the cat, I watched him like look at something or a being or whatever come in through the door and then walk up next to me. Like he came in and walked like right next to me, and then he followed him back out of the room a minute later, and he did not break his gaze on whatever he was looking at. And I always felt that that was a spirit or an entity or a being of light, whatever you want to call it. Oh, dude, well, call me, man. All right, let's go talk to BoneZee. Yo.
What's up?
What's up, brother? Oh, man. I was just talking about how I got some good sleep.
What'd you get? Oh, good sleep?
Yeah.
Dig it. I did too, man. I slept good when I finally went to sleep. I was fucking zapped out for a few. My eyes were fucking vibrating, dude. It was crazy.
Really?
It was insane. I was like, oh, it was insane. There was like electrical, I don't know what it was, but it was like these, I was thinking I was trying to form an image. And after about 10 minutes, it started looking like, like geometry type shapes and shit. And then then it went to where I started flying. And of course, you know, I'm going to astral travel. My whole first place I want to go is Machu Picchu, and then, you know, pyramids and shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, here we go. I'm about to So I started flying. I thought I was heading to it, but now, and I think I fell asleep. I don't know what happened. I don't remember anything.
Every time I get close to astral traveling, I always fall asleep. Like I'll get up and there's something, or I'll sit up, but like my body doesn't actually sit up, and then I'll just fall asleep, or I won't remember what happens. Like every time I get so close. I'm like, man, I was
know, it's crazy.
I was feeling like at one point that like I was trying to astral travel, like towards the end of it, and you know, I was just whatever. So I looked up with my eyes closed. I looked up, and then all of a sudden I got some crazy color, which was like, I don't even know how to describe it, like a fluorescent gray almost. It was weird. And
was that during the session?
Yeah.
What we was doing?
Yeah.
Dig it.
And
dig it.
And it was, it's weird. It's almost like a marble, you know, like the marble.
Yeah, that's what the colors. That's how they. Like I was telling you, when I see them, especially this lavender, and I've got it figured out now, like the lavender and greens. I had that come into a million down last night, but like when you drop iodine in water and it swirls, you know, it's kind of like at first it's dark,
that's right.
It kind of spreads.
I forgot you said that. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you used to drop another drop, and then it would swirl, and that's how it is.
Yeah, that's
how, you know, the last night when you was doing us, and then when Case, the difference between, that's what I was wanting to see was the difference. Case, man, all those people, this is where my vision came from. All those people, it was immediate. I'm telling you, the more people you get doing this, it is stronger. It is way more powerful, way more stronger, way more immediate, easier to access. It's insane, and that's how I came up with this, like, I don't know, this like vision of something. But anyway, so with Case, it was immediate, like I had my throat shut off. I couldn't hardly breathe. I had to literally swallow. That's how I get when I try to astral project. I'll get to that point. Just right around sleep paralysis or whatever they call it. You know, where you're like, you can feel shit happening. You're like starting to vibrate, and but your throat shuts off, man. And it's always when like saliva gets in your throat or something, and then you make that swallow, then you go start. It's like you're starting back over. That's why I can't ever do it, because I start over a couple times, and it's like, dude, I ain't gonna lay here all night. Some people can. They got this one, man. I'm in my bed. I'm comfortable. Get up. Like,
that's how I always fall asleep.
I'm ready to go sleep. It's time to sleep. You know what I mean? But she travels on all these. When I've I done it with last February, because I had the frequencies and I was vibrating all over, and that's, you know, I was saying in the videos that when my back went out, everything changed. I was like vibrating like crazy, dude, and I was seeing all kinds of different beings. Like, it was crazy. I had all kinds of crazy shit happen. Then my back popped in, and I mean, it went out. We had to have emergency surgery because I was about to be paralyzed because a bunch of the disc went into the spinal column and got up against those nerves. And then, you know, obviously, it had me where I was dragging my right foot. And then it was like, oh, dude, you're going to be paralyzed for life. You know, you'll be dragging this foot like you wear a brace and shit. And so, anyway, I slowly rebuilt, you know, coming back to it. But with her, like I say, when I did that, she travels. She flies. You know, she's like everything's white. She's young. Her hair's real long and beautiful, which, you know, now her hair's all screwed up because cancer, chemotherapy, and all that shit. She can't hardly grow it back, and every time they grow, and she's boiling it back, and, you know, and it sucks. But anyway, so then with Case, or when we done the distance thing, and the same with you, she does the same shit. She travels. You know, she flies through the air, travels to, you know, like, usually it's the ocean, but she didn't want to go to the ocean last night, so she went to, like, the field of daisies.
Oh, wow. Dude,
but,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I know. But with me, I just see colors. I just sit there and I watch, you know, and when I know it's coming in, it's when it's the purple, but that's because it's the crown chakra. It's like, you know, that's why green, see, as it starts to come in, it's from, you know, the reason that it's purple for, you know, like Case said, he was purple for him when he does a session. and purple for me, and I think you said this in purple, but
Yeah.
that's because it's coming into the crown chakra. That's what we're seeing. And then when the green was bleeding in, I was telling you that it was like the green and the purple were, it was almost like they were fighting for real estate. The green would come in and start to take over, the purple would come and push it out of the way, and the green would come back. It was like they were battling, but I think what it was is I was getting it from my crown chakra and my heart chakra, and it was coming in both fields, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I don't think they were battling with each other. I think they were just mixing with each other. I think it was coming in both. You know what I'm saying?
Combining. Yeah.
But, yeah. So, you know, it's like, that started making a little bit of sense. And then, you know, I just kind of came to that knowing that, or at least that's what I think, that's what I feel. You know, that's how I feel.
That's interesting,
So
because
I started having this thought, and I'm like, you know, I was telling you about how I thought I just kind of like had this, I don't know, epiphany or just this thought of, you know, like I went through this deal where I've been really studying the brain and this Joel Disability guy, and you know, you find out about how your neurotransmitters, if you can change the way they fire and fire new to new brain cells, you literally awaken other brain cells. You take different paths because your neurotransmitters, they're wired to go down the same road. They just keep following the same path. That's why people who are addicted to gambling or, you know, low self-esteem, whatever their problems, you know, or greedy or whatever. And
addicted to fear.
When anything.
Yep.
When you fire those transmitters, it creates a reaction in the hypothalamus, which creates chemicals that goes in every cell in your body. Every cell in your body has a receptor, and those cells become addicted to that feeling. And if you're like an angry person, you get up at 10 o'clock, you're driving through traffic, and you're not getting angry yet, your cells will be feeding like, come on, dude, you know what I mean? This is the time we always get angry, and we start honking at people and getting on their ass and driving them off the road and shit. You know what I mean? Where were you at?
Yeah.
So then your mind becomes a slave to your body, and your mind, you know, wants to just, you know, make the body happy, so it looks for this shit. It's like, oh, this son of a bitch is riding my ass, you know, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So there you go again. Creating the same chemical, reliving the same day, doing the same thing, and in order to change, you gotta refire that shit. Well, anyway.
That's why it's so difficult to change. You know, you gotta really put in the work. You gotta put the inside work in. It's not an easy thing to do, but that's what we all need to do. Well, if no one's done it, you need to do it.
Right, you gotta speak it. You gotta, affirmations, man.
Yeah.
And belief. Affirmations and belief is what this whole entire universe operates on.
I mean, it's like you gotta reprogram your subconscious too. You know, because everything that we receive as programming happens subconsciously. So I mean, it's a deep job. You know, it's since birth, since you were a fetus, it has been programmed into you for all of this.
Probably before that.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, you carry into this life, you're going to carry some of the karmatic shit from past lives.
Previous lives,
just some of the shit. You know, you're going to bring it with you. It comes through, and then you pick up on your mom and your dad's stuff. And then as soon as you're born, you know, you're observing everything, and you know, everything you see, you learn from. Every single thing is a lesson. That's why, you know, up until you're 7 years old, you're just like this information, like you're just absorbing shit at a rate that it doesn't happen after that.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's happening now again for a lot of us.
Yeah, well, see, here's what my point. Okay. My point that I was trying to get to is like, okay, so as I, you know, was having these like, I don't know, when I was studying the brain, this and that, and I was learning about, you know, how to refire, you know, your neurotransmitter refiring thing. That's the same thing that's happening in the universe. As above, so below. So the same thing is happening. So these healers have, you know, this healing thing's been around forever and ever and ever. I mean, the Indians, back in Hindu shit, they call it prana. China, they call it chi. You know, it's life force. It's access to, you know, the field. But, and so this healing thing has been going on for a long time. There's been, you know, everything from the spiritual healers to the Indian healers to the Reiki healers to reconnective healers to just energy, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we've all accessed, we've been doing this, we've been firing, like, just imagine the universe and that field as a brain. Imagine it as a brain. We've been firing these transmitters. Well, there's new frequencies here now. There's a whole different deal. There's a whole different set of neurons, so to speak, that we can fire on. And people like us, it used to be you had to be really intuitive and really connected to the field or be special to that's why there was only a few people that could do this, and you would have to go and travel miles and miles to be healed. Now it's different. Now we're connected. We're all becoming connected to this. So there's a whole different way of looking at this. And this was my vision, was like, they've already done tests with meditation, and I can't remember what it was, where they either stopped a war or they brought crime rate down. They done something where there was like 500 people or 1,000 people who don't put their attention, on this, going to bringing the crime or something down or stopping a war. I can't remember, maybe both, two different places, I don't know.
Yeah, it was something like 10% or 5% of the population, or 1% of the population of that city meditated, and it brought the crime rate down like 30 or 40%.
Yeah, and it's possible. And this is what my point. Imagine, now see, Case, he wants to zap, he wants to get a bunch of people like he did, and then he's going to send it out, and he's going to, and everybody, imagine, okay, so we felt that, it was more intense, you probably felt it, it was more intense than your other time if you did it. I know it was, this is the only time I ever did it, but except for with you, so I could tell that yours wasn't as intense, and my point is, I think it was because there was more people involved, more people connected. In other words, instead of that little spark coming all the way across, it come across, and this dude here threw some zap on it, and then it come across here, and this dude's throwing some zap on it. So imagine if the whole entire earth, if you can imagine, okay, here's Case, and he lights it up, and it's like roots of a tree, right? And it's going out, and it's pretty strong, but imagine if there was 500 of us or 1,000 of us, and let's say we done it every Sunday or even just once a month. Say there was 700, call it 700. And what we did was, each one of us brought a name to the table. We had a website. Each one of us brought a name to the table of somebody who needed healed. Okay, you'd bring somebody who needs healed. I bring somebody. We all do this. On that Sunday night at 7 o'clock, we all gather. I'm with the person I'm trying to heal. You're with the person. But we're all going into the fields. We all go together into the field and send healing to all of these people as a group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that us being connected, sending the intuition, and then them people receiving it, you've got, 700, 1,400 people who, are accessing this field, dude. Imagine it lighting up. Imagine the energy that's going through this entire, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, as soon as you said that, I had a vision of, like
lighting up,
of creating a grid across the planet. Like what I was thinking too was that, like, if we can get 100 or 1,000 or 100,000 people open to receive the frequencies, and if we had 20 people sending the frequencies, to receive everybody, creating those different node points on the earth, whoever you're sending them out at, or in the field, whatever. And oh wow, dude, that's amazing.
But
that's
imagine
powerful.
if it was one for one. Imagine how powerful it would be if each person brought somebody, because everybody has somebody who needs healed. I've got,
and everybody has the ability to do the healing too.
Exactly. And once people begin to realize that not only do they have the ability, but if we all do it together, their shit will just like increase, their abilities will increase, tenfold, because not only are they tapping into it, everybody else is at the same time. So you have this, like, it's just, you can't escape it if you wanted to, because if you're putting your attention on it, you're in it.
And that's probably going to create a ripple effect of healing people that aren't that aren't trying to receive it.
And to me, if somebody could, what if there was no money? What if it's just people who, and they haven't had the training, but they just have, they can feel the frequencies, they know they can, do something, and we all just did it out of just pure love, just, pure love, and that was it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Nothing but love, no money involved. And you bring somebody you bring somebody and your name of that person goes on the list and where they're at, Jan Smith from Portland, Texas, or Portland, Oregon. And then I bring my person from Elwood, Indiana, or whatever. And each person, and we go through the names, and we just read them. You don't have to memorize them, but they're going to go into your head.
Yeah.
And so you have kind of an idea of these people that you're going to do this for, and then you'll have the same idea, and then the next guy, he sees all these people. So all of us are seeing these names. So there would be this just mass, connection, this mass freaking connection, man. Like, I don't know, just I can see it in my head. I can see it going out like veins. I can see it going out like roots, and I can see it lighting up. I can just see it. You know what I'm saying? So
firing like neurotransmitters. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
So,
I love it. That's
that's
that's a lot of coordination and
yes,
a lot of people that we don't quite have on our platforms yet, but maybe we can run that by Case.
We got a lot of work to do.
Maybe we can run that by Case and see what he feels, what he thinks about it, and he's got several thousand people.
He's the central hub.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and he's already doing it, so maybe and maybe we should give him a call him like a three-way conversation or something. I like that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm pulling into work, so I'm going to end this video here. Just stay on the line. I'll say bye to you after to this. All right, everybody. I love each and every one of you. Be the change that you want to see, and we're going to heal this planet, man. All right. Bye-bye.